Hello, hello! Have you ever seen the movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper? If not, check it out. It's a great movie to watch and get inspired about human possibilities. Why we're talking about the movie is because it's human nature to look for magic pill to be successful, energized, performing, and so on. So what if I'll tell you that this magic exists and it's already within you? Yeah, sounds a little bit crazy, but let me explain you. Just recently, I had the opportunity to go to Joe Dispenza week advanced retreat, and this retreat is known to be retreat for meditations. It's not like a meditations what you can find in the application of Headspace. It's more profound science where you're being described and given all necessary tools to get to the right mindset, mentality to tap into this magic space. For those who has more scientific mindset, I will provide all necessary links to research and videos, documentaries that prove the scientific approach and effect of meditations on a human mind and body.
It's second day of Joe Dispenza Advanced Week and it's 5:30 a.m. It's been a while since the last time I woke up at that time, so trying to, wake myself up and get ready for the meditation and to discover unknown.
To give you some insights, every day we have pretty packed program. We wake up around 5:30, and the program starts 5:40, 6 o'clock, 6:30 a.m. It really depends on the day. From the day you can expect a few meditations, and what I observed usually about 3 of them, where which one of them lasts at least an hour. Can you imagine? For those who never meditate, can you imagine sitting straight, focused, an hour, where you're not disturbed, that you're hungry, you're thirsty, you need to go somewhere, you need to check your phone. I'm going to confess, I've noticed I've been pretty much a lot addicted to my phone, checking emails, checking messages, checking my social media content, and at some point I noticed that I become somehow addicted to it. Well, I really wanted to break that habit and step in something new. Well, it's possible to learn meditation while you're outside, at your place, at your room, whatever. There's a lot of guides exist on the YouTube, but the level of depthness you get with Joe Dispenza, it's not comparable to anything. Even though I'll listen to his intensive progressive programs, I try to execute his meditations while being by myself at home. It's not compared to what you will get here. It might be multiple reasons. One of them is you're surrounded by mind-like people, and when you have so many and you have similar mission or at least similar direction in mind, you just sense the energy in the room and it just carries you closer to your own mission and goal. As a result, as I said, it's fourth day, Thursday, and I'm already excited for the next day, wake up early, do my meditation first, and then take my coffee, breakfast, start the day. Well, if you ask me what's so special about Joe Dispenza meditations, is that, let me ask you, what do you know about meditation if you meditate? Before coming to that event, my perception of meditation was such as you sit straight, you try to calm yourself down, if you have any stress, push it away, convince yourself you love yourself, and so on, so on, so on. Well, while it might be helpful to some degree, but it doesn't really change yourself drastically. What Joe Dispenza gives you, or how he defines a meditation, is such as you go to that meditation with intention. What do you want to create? And that intention might be make your internal shift, go closer to your goal if you have one, or maybe creating something new, and you getting all this like answers within yourself while you meditate. Joe Dispenza has a list of different type of meditations. It might be walking meditation, where you get yourself in kind of a trance state and you can walk without being distracted what's happening around, and while continue self-exploration. It might be sitting meditation, laying meditation. If you're new, he doesn't recommend you to start with the laying meditation. Why? Because if you wake up and you start doing meditation, there's a really high chance you'll fall asleep. For the last 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, I haven't recorded much. Why? Because once you're here, you have pretty dense schedule. You wake up early, you go do meditation, then some lecture follows, then you have breakfast, you have lecture, you need to come back, some socializing happening, and then some lunch, additional breaks, lecture, dinner, and then at the end of the day, you finish around like 6, 7. The day pretty much is over. There's the time to prepare to go to sleep and wake up next day early morning. So make sure you have plenty of sleep and your body is rested so you can get the most out of those practices. Tuesday, which is the first full day of the event, I get out really deep, profound insight. We started the event with a meditation called Blessing Energy Center meditation. If that name doesn't mean for you anything, probably it's not. Go Google. Joe Dispenza has plenty of available content. I believe you even can purchase that meditation by itself, but you need to know some context behind, because if you start listening it right away, it might be confusing, you might feel lost, and you won't get as much out of it. So, but if you're curious, please go and check it out. And from that meditation, what I got is I felt my heart to the level such as, for some who knows, the heart usually represents the love. After the meditation, I felt unconditional love to myself. That level of love, I don't think if I've ever experienced to myself. So if you have a puppy or maybe you have a child, have you observed that it doesn't matter what the child or puppy does or how much mess they create, you still love them, you still cherish them for the reason who they are, without all these obstacles that they bring you along the way. Well, in my case, I thought I loved myself to some extent, but then as some block occurs in my self-development or personal or career path, there was a lot of time when I get some internal blame. I'm not smart enough, I'm not beautiful enough, and that list can go on and on and on. Well, that sense or experience that I felt to myself is having really healing effect, and I'll try to replicate it further. It's not something you felt that blast and stay with you 24/7. It's something that you consciously need to come back and remind yourself, but once you feel it, you know it. And I tried to explain what I was feeling, but it's really hard. It'll probably take a little bit of time to digest that energy flow that probably maybe not even closely can be compared to the condition of the ecstasy. On top of my intention to learn how to meditate, I wanted to break the loop of my patterns, which being for the last 2 months, I wake up, I start my day, I didn't feel the drive. I was going through my responsibilities at work and was meeting my friends after all, but it felt like I lost a sense of being ambitious that I used to be before, or as driven as much. So it's almost like I developed a pattern, some template that I was executing daily, and every day become like the one before. Some people explain might happen because, majority of us, we're working remotely, and nowadays, look alike. Every day, 9 to 5, you have your calendar booked with those Zoom meetings, which might be really tiring and not as much exciting compared to real one-on-one personal interactions. So with that, I really was searching for the ways how to get out of it, how to create this, internal flow and excitement and boost and the energy just going through your body, through your mind, through your mental health. And through the meditations, I believe I have accomplished that. Why I'm saying that I believe what I'm saying is that now when I'm taking the week off to complete that retreat, I would like to try that new pattern when I come back to my routine. Why? Because it's easy to be fulfilled and happy when you are like isolated from the stress or from your routine. It's much harder to practice this mindfulness when you're in the flow of your daily life. So I'll let you know how it will go. Today is Sunday morning, and wait for it. The person who never meditated just completed 4 hours meditation from 4 a.m. until 8 a.m. If somebody would tell me that a week ago, I would say it's not possible, it's not me. What's so profound about those meditations is you're able to reconnect not only to your true self and push away all these patterns that you all live in, and those patterns usually come to you and accumulating during your whole life. So you're connected to yourself and you're connecting to something greater that beyond comprehension. And it's something greater. If you want to find out more, there's science that explain that. It doesn't go against any religion, and actually bring all religions together if one would look at it from analytical and scientific point of view. If you ever heard the expression high with life, that's exactly what I'm feeling. I never experienced that wholeness, love, the connection to the world. And it's so sad that we're not living all the time in this fulfillment. And a lot of time we're driven to the idea, we need something outside, the affirmation, confirmation, and so on. But all what we need is already given to us and within us. We just need to find out the way to connect to it. And other than that, there's really miracles happening during this week. If I'll tell you and you've never been or learned any of the Joe Dispenza work, that information might be shocking. Well, it was for me. I'm a really great skeptic, and usually when someone tells me, miracles exist, or someone treated himself or herself from cancer force completely. So they were after the weekend and from the healing, they were able to receive what they need, and when they went back to the hospital, they were identified that they healed. They don't need any more help. And I met some of those people personally, and yesterday there's a man who hadn't been walking for almost 10 years. He'd been paralyzed, the lower body, and he was able to stood up. He didn't walk, but he stood up. And there's a lot of those testimonials you can find online. Joe Dispenza testimonials. They are the real people with names, with the stories, with the videos. You can read and touch this miracle. With that, there is explanation for everything what we know, and there is something can bring together, the science, biochemistry, biomechanics of human body, and all the stories that we keep hearing about wonderful miracle life, that something greater exists, whatever you call it, God, universe, energy, bliss. And during this week you're able to connect to that and recognize that it is within you, and as a result you can create any potential you can imagine, whether it's become solution engineer, software engineer, or treat yourself from the disease that someone tell you cannot be treatable. As a summary, for now I cannot imagine a single day without at least 40 minutes of meditation, and that time can set you up to be limitless. As one of the examples that I'll share that happened to me, I've been a huge procrastinator to learn about networking. If you're somehow related to tech, you might know that computer science, just in general, hardware, software, is really broad spectrum of the knowledge that need to be known. And it might be infrastructure, security, application development, deploying, and so on. And one of the sectors is networking. And for me, for all the time, even though I studied computer science at Berkeley, networking was my weakest point. And as right now I work in HashiCorp, and one of the products that we selling is Console. Console is a platform that helps you to create the service mesh and so on. Without getting in detail, I was procrastinating to learn this networking space for about half a year. Why? Because I was scared. I wasn't sure where to start, how to start, and I was feeling lost. As a result, I was just pushing this to the furthest corner. And you know what? After this week of meditations and continue my practicing, I'm already on a track to complete my networking certification. If it's something that resonated with you, I'm inviting you to check the links below and maybe leave some of your questions if you have any. And step into the future, show up for yourself, and continue creating. I hope this content you find helpful, and I'm going to see you soon. Have a great day.